Good afternoon. My name is Simone Clarke, and I am the Chief Executive Officer for UN Women here in Australia. Woo! I'm delighted to be joining you all from the land of the Gadigal people and to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Achieving a gender equal future requires transformative, systemic shifts in the way we live, integrated approaches and innovative solutions. And it requires more women involved in shaping inclusive solutions by women, for women. Women across the globe are less likely than men to be meaningfully connected. More men than women have access to mobile technology, and unfortunately we know that women are underrepresented across core sectors including science, technology, engineering and mathematics. We know that limited access to connectivity and technology keeps many women online, offline and away from new opportunities. So if we truly want to leverage the power of these new technologies and innovation, we need reliable and consistent access. And while access to a device and connectivity is important, digital services, programs and platforms must be tailored so that all women are able to access them and feel comfortable navigating their way in a digital world. Women also have to have equal access to skills to understand and use digital services productively and safely. Teaching digital literacy must go beyond teaching basic computer skills and focus on a set of competencies that include technical skills as well as skills that are transferable so that we can be both safe and empowered in our use of any technology. Women's exclusion from the digital world has shaved up to $1 trillion off the GDP of low and middle income countries. And at current rates, it looks to exceed $1.5 trillion by 2025. We need to address this imbalance and we need to increase investment to reach those who are most likely to be left behind. And no prizes for guessing who that might be. Increased investment in women is crucial for a sustainable future, for a thriving economy and for progressive societies. However, most of our innovation and our technology ecosystems are male-dominated, with women experiencing fewer opportunities to participate in the technology workforce and in leadership positions. We must embed a gender perspective across innovation and technology and its design and its deployment. Only then can we truly create inclusive solutions that actually meet the needs of women. And we need more women creating these solutions, more women by women. But cracking the code is not just about technology and innovation and how we achieve gender equality and accelerate our way to a more equal world. It's also about cracking the social norms, the biases, the behaviours, the things that hold us back and marginalise women from their full participation. Innovative and inclusive technologies are one means to address that and offer us all a unique opportunity to highlight those inequalities and the oppression that disproportionately affect women and girls everywhere. Women like Mahsa Amini, the 22-year-old Iranian woman who died fighting for the right to show her face. And when internet connection and communication blackouts were imposed in an attempt to control that narrative, we saw the re-emergence of a decades-long rallying cry of woman, life, freedom. This is more than a hashtag. It's a stark reminder that new technologies and uncensored media also gives us the opportunity to amplify human rights abuses, oppression, and to champion human rights gains. And while we all continue to enjoy living in the freedoms of this country, spare a thought for the women of Ukraine, 1 year on from their invasion by Russia. Women like Nina. Nina is a 25-year-old from northern Kiev, a radiology graduate who was looking forward to embarking on a new career following her graduation. Unfortunately, a missile strike meant she fled the country with her 1-year-old child shortly thereafter. Nina found herself in neighbouring countries unsure of what she was actually going to do, how she would sustain her own livelihood while her husband was left behind. And after experiencing that initial shock, she realised that she needed to work, like all of us. She needed to support herself and her young child. That was when Nina found out about the UN Women's Safe Spaces program and the B platform, a digital platform that was created to help displaced Ukrainian women get jobs in tech, in design, in programming and software development. The platform is actually designed for women who have lost their jobs and their livelihoods and have been displaced by invasion. For women who want to learn a new profession, who are forced to learn a new profession due to the circumstances they find themselves in. I'm delighted to tell you that so far more than 500 women have participated in the program in over a year, and over 100,000 women have been trained. I'm also really happy to report that Nina is now employed as a data researcher in an IT company and loves the fact that working in IT gives her the ability to work from home, wherever that is. I think that's a sentiment that most working women in this room and across the country appreciate. The point of programs like this, designed and implemented by UN Women and their partners, is to help women gain financial independence, regardless of their age, regardless of their experience or the fact of their circumstances. I'd like to take you across the world to Pakistan and introduce you to Bushra Abdullah, who has lived with the crippling effects of polio since the age of 2. She was encouraged by her parents to gain an education from a young age, but she didn't realise how protected she was from the scrutiny, the discrimination and the judgment of not only those in the community, but also those of her family. In 2005, Bushra's parents passed away, and she was left as one of the oldest of 8 siblings, trying to eke out a livelihood to support her and her siblings. She literally crawled to people's homes to clean, to wash, and to raise income to support her family. It was difficult and exhausting work, and far from her dream job, which was really around creating embroidered textiles and selling them in the local markets. But thanks to interventions and support from programs supported by UN Women, Bushra now runs a successful business, a female-led startup, if you will. And following the completion of a fashion course and UN Women's Empowered Communities program, she learned entrepreneurship, business skills, and is now able to build her business. UN Women works with partners to accelerate industry-wide change and remove the barriers that continue to marginalise women everywhere. We partner to support innovation, technology and entrepreneurship to ensure that the future for every woman is a brighter one, and to promote women as innovators, as co-creators, so that we can achieve not only the goals of innovation and technology, but also gender equality and women's empowerment. To truly crack the code, we must disrupt business as usual. We must remove the barriers to full participation, abandon the harmful stereotypes and discriminatory behaviours that continue to reinvent existing biases. And let's not translate the existing biases that we feel every day online and into new solutions, as Georgie spoke to earlier. We must change the way that we view and represent gender, and we must be more inclusive to remove bias and discrimination, not only in the technology sector. But we also must invest in life-changing programs and training to increase access, to improve capabilities, and to enable financial empowerment of all women. Unless we continue to invest and innovate, our unacceptable behaviours and biases and our flawed systems will continue for generations to come. Nina and Bushra's stories are not unique, but they are life-changing. Across the globe, women like Bushra and Nina, and many of us here today, are working to support our families, to improve our skills, and certainly to improve our prospects for the future, for our children and our children's children. But not all of us share the same access, opportunity, or circumstance. A hand up is not a handout. By investing in women, we're investing in a more fairer future, a more equitable future, not just for women, but for everyone. And quite simply, there is no better investment than we can make. Thank you.